Ozzie the Osprey is one of the University of North Florida's icons and has been our mascot for 45 years now. In this episode of Osprey 101, we're diving into the history of Ozzie the Osprey and how he came to be the mascot we all know and love today. Before the Osprey was chosen as the official UNF mascot, there was much talk about exactly what animal it would be. In a 1979 issue of the Spinnaker, there was a rumor that the official mascot chosen would be an armadillo. Lots of students also campaigned for the mascot to be a manatee, but it was dismissed at the time because the manatee was a lesser-known animal back in 1979. According to the UNF Digital Commons, the Osprey was determined to be the mascot by a vote of the campus students, faculty, and staff at the time, with the name Ozzie being decided the same way. Of course, this is where the name for almost all UNF resident halls, as well as the Osprey Cafe and Ozzie's, located at the fountains, came from. Even though the mascot was officially announced in 1979, he wouldn't make his official costume debut until a baseball game in March of 1988, although he looked a lot different from the Ozzie that we are used to now, with some complaints stating that the first iteration of the mascot looked too similar to a bald eagle. This first iteration is uncommonly referred to as Grandpa Osprey. When the mascot was first introduced, different students would volunteer to perform as Ozzie at various sports games. In a titled section, Osprey Mascot, Spinnaker reported on UNF's announcement of the Osprey mascot and the leader mascot, Joe Rickey, along with the first and second alternatives, Beth Funk and Sydney Winnow. Ozzie wearers would alternate frequently through archived photos, and in 2016, Spinnaker sat with one notable Ozzie, Matt Begun. Begun was an influential Ozzie, hyping up crowds and creating school spirit for nearly 10 years before retiring in 2016. Begun to this day is considered the most iconic Ozzie the Osprey and even aided in designing the current costume we see used today. Did you know that we also had another Osprey mascot named Harriet? As Ozzie's female counterpart, Harriet's name was chosen as a nod to a popular 50s sitcom called The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. Both Ozzie and Harriet performed together and separately at events until the early mid-2000s, where Harriet was slowly seen less until she was forgotten by the UNF community. The last recorded evidence of Harriet is a video taken at a fall basketball game in 2009, which shows a woman performing as Harriet. But who she is and what happened to this iteration of Harriet's costume after this is unfortunately unknown. The previously mentioned Matt Begun explained to Spinnaker that this video was a recording of a tryout for the part of Harriet, and the woman did win the part but only lasted a month in the role. According to Spinnaker, this video is the latest known documented evidence of Harriet in existence. It would also mean this unidentified woman was the last person to ever perform as Harriet the Osprey. So where is Harriet now? Even after reaching out to the property department, special collections, and archives, and athletic departments, we still do not know where her costume is. Begun believes that it was destroyed and said, "I've seen companies destroy old, retired suits to avoid them getting stolen and used inappropriately, or because it's in really bad shape." The last update we got about her was this interview with Begun from 2022. And 3 years later, the mystery of this iteration of this mascot's whereabouts remain unsolved. Thank you so much for watching Ospreys. We hope you learned something new and some cool, fun facts about Ozzie. Stay tuned for new episodes of Osprey 101 flying to you soon. Follow us on all of our platforms for more updates. This has been Annette Howard for Osprey 101, Archives Edition.